Hello, friends. So, I've received a shitload of requests to explain Shuffle Tech ever since the patch came out. Uh, Look, I'll be honest, I don't actually know how many days it's been since the patch came out. It's all been this sort of fugue state, fever dream, nightmare blur of time. And it's been a blur because I've been going real fucking fast. So, let me show you how I've been going real fucking fast. Actually, before I start, I'll just let you guys know I have literally never recorded a YouTube video like this before, so my audio setup is probably garbage, and this probably sounds like trash. And I definitely haven't written a script, so this is probably gonna sound like garbage and be all over the place, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. So first of all, base AB speed on this build is about 407. The method people usually use to A/B sprint faster is just diagonal A/Bing, where you just do strafe inputs during an A/B like that, and I think that gets this build up to about 500. Yeah, if you really push it, it spikes up to about 500. Let me show you something that works a lot better than that. So I'll show it to you first, so you can see what the speed you get is like, and then I'll explain how to do it. So you can see if I really push it, the maximum my speedometer spikes up to is about, oh, it got above 600. So we'll say 580. Be conservative and say 580. That's a lot of extra speed over the 500 that you would have to consume your entire energy bar in half a second to get to with normal strafe A-Being. Not all of that is real speed, and I won't get into exactly why that is, but it's basically because game engines, when they are monitoring speed, don't really handle acceleration and angular momentum properly, and some of that speed is like, it's in, because you're doing so many movement inputs, it's in like random directions. If you're A-Being from corner to corner in the test chamber here, the only speed you're interested in is speed along that path from one corner to the other. So the input is very simple. It's not magical at all. It's literally just while you're doing a QB strafe during an assault boost, turn your camera in the opposite direction that you're strafing, and then recenter your camera, and then just repeat that. So if you're strafing to the left, rotate your camera to the right, recenter, and then strafe and rotate, then recenter, and just repeat that, just like this. That's literally it. The more you move your camera, the higher the speed you get. Basically, you're just trying to make the sideways push that you're getting from every strafe input as big as possible. You just want that to push as hard as possible in the direction that you're trying to travel. That's an important note, because you're doing a lot of camera movement, you're doing a lot of movement inputs. In the middle of a fight, it can be sort of hard to keep track of exactly what you're doing in 3D space while you're shuffling. For me, it's very easy. If I'm not paying attention, I end up traveling in curved paths like this. And all I did there was travel an elliptical arc from that point to this point. And if someone was chasing me, they could just chase along the wall, and it's like, well, cool, I went really fast, but my path length was way longer than it should have been, so it doesn't really matter. So what I try to do is I have a point off in the distance that I'm focusing on, and I'm trying to travel toward that point, and it makes it a lot easier to tell when I'm on path versus when I'm off path. So you can see there, I barely added any extra path length, and that's what you want. As long as you have some reference point to determine whether you're on path or not, it's easy peasy. That's all there is to it. There's a bunch of nuance. I won't bother going into all the nuance right now. You could do things like change how much you move your camera, how often you do the strafe input, and a bunch of that's for energy management. You know, one thing I'll actually mention. Okay, so watch my speedometer here. after you do a strafe input, it takes you quite a while to decelerate back to your base AB speed, which for this build is 407. You can see that it takes a little bit. So you don't have to waste all your energy spamming strafe inputs like crazy. What I usually do is I'll do a couple of strafe inputs really fast at the beginning of an AB to get up to the absolute maximum speed that I can, and then I'll slow it down. I'll slow my rate of QBing down to manage energy and just to maintain the speed that I've built up. Fuck that up. I don't know how I did that. 1 second. Sort of like that. And that's basically all you really need to know. That's the fundamentals of the tech. It's really not hard. Once you get the hang of managing your pathing, then you basically got it. The fundamentals aren't hard. There's just a lot of stuff that you can do with it. You can move in crazy paths, and you can do it just super fast. You can do lots of fun and crazy stuff with it, but I'll leave that there. I hope this helps you guys, and I hope to fucking God that I never have to type a dissertation on how to do this again. If you have questions, just ping me. And ping me in a way that it actually gives me the notification, otherwise I'll never notice it. Good luck and have fun out there, folks.